I'm Ben with the BTC Sessions, and this is your bullish bit brought to you by bitrefill.com, your one-stop shop for living on a Bitcoin standard. Sign up and grab gift cards for eSIMs, gaming, e-commerce, your travel needs, food, and much more, and you can buy them all with Bitcoin and Lightning. Sign up today and use code BTC Sessions 10 for some special perks. Governments like to steal money from people in many different ways. You've got your typical taxes, coercion. You've got more insidious debasement of the currency, but you've also got instances of just blatant corruption and misappropriation of funds, right? Like you pay your tax dollars, it's supposed to go to certain things, and then some politicians just literally steal money, or it's so opaque that you don't know where the money has gone. You've got the current system, which for the average citizen equates to draconian surveillance where even the tiniest transactions need to be cataloged and reported. Your $600 Venmo needs to go somewhere off to the IRS. But at the same time, it's just fine and dandy if the Pentagon misplaces $2.3 trillion. Like, whoops, we just failed our 6th audit in a row. Whoopsie daisy. And that's kind of the existing system where it's like rules for thee, but not for me. I believe we're starting to see an inverse of that system being built in parallel. I believe that we're getting to a place where it will be possible to have overt and simple auditability of funds whenever there's a government or even like a corporate entity in place that has responsibility over funds for large amounts of people. And that precedent is kind of being set in real time right now. So one example is a number of the ETFs have publicly listed Bitcoin addresses. And so you can kind of see all of the funds sitting there. But more importantly, this week you had, even though it wasn't everything, you had El Salvador say, hey, look, here's our one of the Bitcoin addresses, and we're going to put some of our funds in it. So citizens now have some auditability into El Salvador's Bitcoin treasury. Now you're in a situation where everyday citizens can load up and follow the balance of a company's or a nation's Bitcoin treasury on their smartphone. At the same time, in tandem, you're having tools being built to offer individual citizens far greater privacy. Things like, obviously, we've had CoinJoin for quite some time. Lightning, from a sender's perspective, gives some additional privacy. Liquid, in terms of the amounts being sent, gives some obfuscation there. And then you have systems like Fedimint and Cashew that use these Xiaomi eCash systems, which are basically near perfect privacy for small community funds. And so I'm of the opinion that individuals should always be innocent until proven guilty. Then with that should be afforded the utmost privacy at the individual level. Whereas those whose jobs it is to safeguard and properly allocate funds on behalf of many, many people should be held to the utmost scrutiny and absolute transparency at all times. And I kind of think that this may be where we're headed over time just because of Bitcoin's incentives, because it is possible to demand this of governments and companies to show this type of information publicly without compromising their security. And it is possible to give individuals privacy on a very basic level back and forth for their day-to-day expenditures.